Welcome back from that short break, and now City find themselves again in first spot on 26 points with a very, very interesting Liverpool side just chasing. They beat Cardiff on Saturday afternoon to kick things off 4-1 at Anfield.
Yeah, Tony, we expected them to win. I recall the prediction, you went 3-0, I said maybe 4-0, but it was 4-1 at the end of the day. Liverpool, Tony, has played deserving football, I think, to be the champions. The only problem, Man City is in the same league. That's the only problem for Jurgen Klopp. But this team, Tony, I thought 4 goals. Mohamed Salah coming up with the goal. He had an assist there. 2 assists actually. Mane had 2 goals. Shaqiri scoring also. This Liverpool side, Tony, is complete. And the beauty is, even when they have players injured, for example, Henderson, they're able to slot in Shaqiri and tweak the formation. And I think it's sticking everywhere. So it's one of the complete sides we have this season.
Very interesting. Liverpool, they are winning with over 80% possession in this particular game there against a poor Cardiff side. Don't forget, up next for Liverpool will be Arsenal. Very, very interestingly. And on Sunday, we had the 2 London clubs taking to the field with Chris Burnley hosting Chelsea at Turf Moor. Poor performance from them, getting whipped 4-0 by Chelsea.
Tony, I have no more words for Burnley. I thought these are the fixtures where Burnley should show what they how compact
they can be.
How compact they can be.
They can score goals.
Tony, losing 1-0, 2-0 for Burnley is acceptable. Losing 4-0, losing 4-0, Tony, I couldn't understand. They were totally shambolic, and if they don't revise their formations, they will be fighting for the relegation this time.
Kudos to Chelsea. They came into this particular game without their informed player, Eden Hazard. On the day, of course, they got the goals through Morata, one coming from Ross Barkley, another player who I think has improved
He had 2 assists in that game.
Very, very brilliant performance from him here. He has come up as a good player under Mauricio Sarri, as well as Loftus-Cheek, who had a hat-trick in the Europa League, got onto the score sheet in the dying minutes, and Willian got one for himself. Of course, very, very dominant performance from Chelsea away from home, showing how good they can be. They are third on 24 points, just behind the 2 26-point teams, Liverpool and Manchester City. And of course, Arsenal missed a chance to keep up the pace with the top boys, drawing the game at Crystal Palace, London Derby 2-2.
Yeah, Tony, I didn't think, I wasn't convinced going to the weekend that Arsenal was going to pull off playing on a Thursday night, Tony, and then coming on a Sunday. I think that time is too short. We saw it with the game when Bellerin was removed. I'm told it was tiring. So yeah, these 2 drop, I think well deserved. Crystal Palace, they did play well too, but you cannot give out 2 penalties in one game. I think that's the basic any team should know. 2 penalties, that's too much.
Very interesting, but we know Arsenal is still struggling. They've not found a team to punish them at the back. The firing of Mustafi and Holding, I think, is still a bit calamitous. And of course, I saw Granit Xhaka playing in the left back position. That shows you how much of a problem Unai Emery has to resolve in that Arsenal side. His left backs, both Nacho Monreal and Sead Kolasinac, are both out injured. Still struggling.
Tony, why not play Listeiner in that left wing? I thought you can play him and tell him to sit. Let him not make the runs. Playing a player who's not natural there, sometimes it works fine, but sometimes it can backfire. So I thought Townsend
has done it at City.
Yeah, he has done it, but I thought Townsend, Tony, didn't utilize that chance. And another good number 7 might punish him if he plays it. I hope not against Liverpool.
No, it's certainly something from the mistakes Arsenal are making at the back. I don't think Unai Emery can go again for a left back in Granit Xhaka. Of course, he came with a very, very wonderful free kick.
Brilliant goal.
Getting a very brilliant goal. And Aubameyang getting himself on the score sheet as well to maintain his chase for that golden boot. Is tied on 7 goals with Eden Hazard. At the moment, Arsenal missing out there. Crystal Palace had a probably more dominant performance in this particular game. They had 16 shots on target. 16 shots, compared to Arsenal's 7. So it shows you how much they were giving going forward. Zaha showing how good he can be on the day. But still, I think he didn't test Arsenal enough.
He didn't test Arsenal enough. I thought he did not. He had some chances, should have been able to pass or bury them. But the 2 goals from Milivojevic, I think, Tony, the penalties were beautifully taken. It's good to note that the Aubameyang goal, Tony, had some controversy in it. I thought Lacazette had handball there. And until when how did the ref miss that? And then does this call for VAR now, Tony? I think it might need to come in now.
We'll wait and see what the FA says there. They still plans to introduce it, but slowly into the English game. We know that it's raking in most of the TV revenues across the globe, and clubs will be pushing to ensure that they do not miss out on any of those points, because any point missed or any goal that you concede with such a controversy can mean that you get you get into the championship. So it was very, very interesting there. Arsenal getting a point. Now, of course, their winning streak comes to an end after those 11 games in a row. So it was very interesting. We'll wait to see how Arsenal bounce back. Don't forget, like I said, up next for them is Liverpool. So it will be very, very interesting to see that. And we wrap things up on Sunday afternoon with Manchester United hosting Everton in a game that was a must-win for Jose Mourinho.
It had to be a must-win, though along the way, Pogba almost made it not a must-win, Tony. Oh, Pogba always in the news. I was wondering why he was showboating with 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go. But yes, United was able to see off this game. Of course, he had a penalty. He had a rebound on a penalty, scoring that after it was being saved.
He has to change that technique.
He has to change. I thought it gives the keeper too much time to read you also. And keepers have learned not to move early. And then Martial with a wonder goal, Tony. I think this kid is blessed.
Very interesting. He has a sweet right foot. If he can wrap his leg around the ball very, very sweetly. He's done it almost 2 games in a row right now. He has 4 goals in 3 games. So it shows you how well he has grown into the game. And credit to Mourinho for finally
identifying,
getting the energy to rest Lukaku. I think it's a player that they've been struggling with over time. He doesn't influence the play so much. In the past couple of games, at least he hasn't been scoring goals. He missed a glorious header in this particular game after coming on. So the coach has to see that, and he has to give the other players that can push for a starting place in there. We know that he's trying to push for funds to get a striker in January. But I think if you persist with Rashford, he is a player
he can up his game.
He's very brilliant number 9. He has the pace, he can dribble. I think he has a very good shot. He picks his spot. So it will be very interesting to see if Mourinho can try and continue giving Lukaku this kind of rest. But it was a very, very tough game for Manchester United, of course, conceding a late penalty to guilty Sigurdsson, and of course the late problems that Pogba wanted to cause there in that particular game. But it was very, very interesting. Manchester United now picking themselves up and getting those 3 points. They're up to 8 with 17 points, just ahead of Everton in 9, who stayed on 15 points after that brilliant game. Very interesting weekend of tragedies as well. We talked about Vichai, the chairman of Leicester City, who came and turned things around for Leicester City. He perished on Saturday evening along with 4 other people on the plane. So it will be very, very devastating time in Leicester City. And of course, we saw Glenn Hoddle, the ex-England international and coach, also suffering a heart attack. So our prayers with him and his family as he recovers. But elsewhere in the world of sport, we saw Lewis Hamilton wrapping up his championship for the year.
Yeah, Tony, wrapping up the 5th, and I think becomes the 3rd player to reach that number of titles. But also the big news, Tony, was from the El Clasico, that finished in bad news for Real Madrid. And later on,
we talked about the problems that Julen might face if Barcelona come out banging.
Yeah, Tony, and I think the outcome was evident at the end of the day.
Of course, Julen now has left Real Madrid as coach, with Madrid picking Santiago Solari, who's been their youth team manager, to be the caretaker coach now as they decide who it will be. Give us your thoughts. Who do you think will be the best suited coach for Real Madrid for them to try and recover from that early season malaise? They are so far away from the park.
Very far.
The hierarchy could not hold it any longer. 5-1 thrashing that they endured at the Camp Nou without Messi. 3 goals coming from Luis Suarez. Very, very brilliant game there. And of course, we have nothing left to say and goodbye. Don't forget, we have the Carabao Cup coming up this midweek, as well as games elsewhere. We'll be bringing you all that and more on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube channels. Goodbye for now.
She doesn't need to impress. Princess of over the world. If you say Kampala, but I'm saying too much.